crap. I just ran out of Keurig coffee cups. My last one. Okay. Well, hello there. Good morning. It's Monday morning. Yay! I have to cut grass, but not today. All right, let me check OBS Studio. Looks like we're good. Welcome back. Yada, yada, yada. So I was browsing through Windows 11 news, and apparently there was a loophole that Microsoft has closed. You will no longer be able to upgrade from Windows 7 to Windows 11. If you're using Windows 7, you shouldn't. And if you can't use Windows 11 or don't want it, or all you have is 4 gigs of RAM, then I would install Chrome OS Flex. All right, let me grab this half a cup of coffee here. Hang on. Keurig machines. All right. Okay, well, for the technically curious, I was able to install Windows 11 with a Windows 7 machine from some years ago. I guess I got lucky. This machine here maxes out at 8 gigs of RAM. Those of you who are watching this podcast, you see the specs on your screen. Nothing fancy here. Just letting you know that it can be done if you have an older machine. You can install Windows 11. Apparently, Windows 11 is lightweight enough. I don't know how else to describe it for you to install this on a machine, a dual core with 8 gigs of RAM. I probably wouldn't do it with less than 8 gigs of RAM. I think it can be done with less than 8 gigs. Again, if you have an older machine with 4 gigs of RAM, your first choice should be Chrome OS Flex. If you don't care for that, look into the Linux Mint Mate desktop version or Zorn OS, the light version. They offer the core and they offer the light version. All those I mentioned are free to try. If you don't want to install anything and tinker with it, that you don't have time, busy lives, pick up a Chromebook. If all you do pretty much is browse the web and you don't need anything special, you will not be disappointed with a Chromebook, as I've stated before. I should have put some more coffee or more sugar in this coffee, but anyway. All right, so we'll talk a little bit about Windows 11 and some other, see what pops up on the news feed here. So as I stated, Windows 11 has been superb. I have installed this on several machines. On the main Dell machine, and this old Lenovo backup machine that's hooked up to my 50-inch TV here. Windows 11 is superb. It is the best Windows out there since Windows 7 in terms of speed, maintenance, usability, ease of use, and all that stuff. It just works. I know some of you have been having issues with Windows 11. If you have, I would recommend a fresh install. Just, delete everything, back up first, and start fresh, and then go from there. In my 2 installs, which were fresh installs, I don't have a problem. All right, if you hear the backup music, again, that's from Dad. So let's take a look here and see what we have. Let me get out of this. If anybody's in the chat and wants to say hello, please do. Okay, let's see. Make sure we're still in the green here on OBS. Looks good. I did update Windows 11 this morning. It seems okay. All right, well, let's see. This is the Bing web browser. Seems okay, fast enough. All right, Windows 11's new backup and restore process just made everything worse. I don't recall ever having a problem with the backup and restore with Windows. Interesting. All right, hands-on with Microsoft Copilot and Windows 11, your latest AI assistant. Oh, joy. I think AI is cool to play with. I'm not sure how often I will be using that. All right, so this is the main news here, and this is all over the place. Microsoft kills loophole that let Windows 7 keys activate Windows 11 and 10. I guess this has been going on for a while. Yeah, as you can see here, if you're watching this, it's big news. Again, you really shouldn't be using Windows 7 in the first place. Again, if you don't care for Windows 11 or can't install Windows 11, and the machine still works, try Linux-based systems such as Chrome OS Flex. That's my first choice because there is no maintenance with Chrome OS. Either it works or it doesn't work. If you have more time, you can try your Zorans and Ubuntus and all that. Let me just get and click this and see what pops up here for this news. Okay, so Microsoft's free upgrade offer for Windows 10 11 ended July 29, 2016. Okay, I'm not sure what's going on with this, but Microsoft may be doing this to encourage users to upgrade to newer versions of Windows that are more secure. All right, whatever. You can try it, see what happens. Again, back up everything first, then go from there. Let me scroll down here some more. Windows 11 is turning into Windows 12 right in front of us. Really? Okay. "15 useful Windows 11 keyboard shortcuts." That might be something I might want. I don't use a lot of keyboard shortcuts because I don't remember them all. Maybe there are a lot of useful ones. I don't know. All right, Microsoft snuck this gaming feature into the Windows 11 September update with Copilot. Here we go again with Copilot. Oh my, I just let out a big sneeze. Whew. Ah, all right. I wish this machine I'm using had more RAM. I probably 8 gigs of RAM is not enough for live streaming. Let's try to have as few windows open as possible. I'm not sure if you guys will experience any buffering, but yeah, this machine maxes out at 8 gigs of RAM, and that's it. So, but it runs. So, all right. Okay, more Windows 7 to 11 and all that stuff. Forget passwords. Passkeys are debuting in Windows 11. Okay. How to fix CCleaner not working in Windows. I never had a problem with CCleaner not working. And scrolling down some more again to talk about Copilot, insider bills. So yeah, as I browse through this, the biggest news again, no more 7 to 11, no more Windows 7 to 11. For a lot of you, you may not care, or maybe a lot of you are Mac users. I probably never really asked or had a poll how many Mac users watch me here. I don't currently have a Mac. Nothing against Macs. I just don't have the budget for it. Wouldn't mind having one, though, just to say, hey, I got a Mac. So, again, Microsoft says the free days, Windows 7 to 11 are over. Well, I wonder if that's entirely accurate. I'm not sure if I want to go passwordless in Windows 11. This is from 2 days ago. Linux leaves Windows 11 in the dust in the battle of frame rates. Okay, all right. And maybe it's true. I don't know. But when it comes to gaming, yeah, just stick with Windows for now. I gotta get some more coffee cups. Okay, so yeah, Copilot and no more 7 to 11 upgrade is the big news. I was looking for something a little bit more humorous or something to make fun of, but it's just not seeing it, at least not in the Bing search results. Any of you guys use Bing? I believe Bing can be installed in Linux, if I recall. Okay, this one makes me laugh. Windows 11 is still not really faster than Windows 10. I'm sorry, sir, madam, but that's complete bullshit. It is faster now, and I've proven it on 2 machines. Okay? Your mileage may vary, I suppose, but in general, it is faster. And Windows 11 runs faster than some Ubuntu, than some Linux systems such as Ubuntu. There, I said it. So, yeah. A weird Windows 11 bug speeds up File Explorer. Well, if it makes Windows faster, is that a bug? Now that's kind of funny. Okay. Trust me, a fresh install of Windows 11, okay, not necessarily an upgrade, is faster than some Linux. Hint, Ubuntu. So there you go. Okay. All right, let me see if anybody popped in the chat. Again, this was unscheduled. I got some time this morning before I have to cut grass. I don't want to, but this may be the last time of the year for this. Yeah. All right, so as of now, no one's in the chat. I'll stick around a little bit longer. We've been on, what, about 12 minutes. All right, if anybody's out there and wants to say hello, has a question, if you're stuck on something, don't be shy. I do these shows at random times for you guys because I like helping people, chatting with people. It does make my day if I make a new friend. It really does. Okay. And of course, thank you to all of the patrons, all the supporters of the channel on Patreon and PayPal. Greatly appreciated. If you would like to sponsor a live show or a topic, you can do that. It's been a while since we've had a sponsored event. Anyway, let me go back here. Let me grab another sip. I may get a quick refill of coffee. Anybody else use Keurig machines for coffee? Go back to the chat. Let me refresh this. Here we go. All right, KO2610 is in the house. Good morning. Well, it's good morning for me. I'm not sure where you're from, but good morning. How are you? All right, stick around if you want. I'm just going to grab a little quick refill of coffee here, and I'll be right back. All right. So it's afternoon there. I'm going to guess it's about 2, 3 o'clock where you're at. I don't know where you're at, but I'm just taking a guess. All right. got a fresh refill of coffee. As a reminder, you can download the audio versions of these shows on the Patreon page. Most of them, I transcode and edit out the pauses and ads and all that as a thank you. Oh, 4:29 p.m. Okay. Not too bad for you then, 4:29. Let me put on the background music here. Thank you, Dad, for the soothing Italian tunes. So what's new where you're at? I'm guessing in Europe. And do you use Windows 11? All right, looks like we're still in the green on OBS. Very good. All right, so a slight delay here. You have one Win machine in active use. Okay. Are you happy with it? Yeah, I'm looking at the split screen here, and there is definitely a delay from what I see and me talking. But I really could use more RAM in this, but I can't put any more RAM in this thing. But it does work. Really? KO says it hasn't crashed once. No kidding. Actually, why am I surprised? Windows 11 hasn't crashed on me at all. Duh. Huh, I guess I'm not the only one. That's amazing. When you think about it. Yeah, Windows 11 and really Chromebooks have changed the dynamic or the conversation on you can't really say anymore, well, if you have an older machine, forget Windows, install Linux. That's not true anymore with Windows 11. You know, it's, once again, if you have, I would say, well, with Chrome OS Flex, you need at least 4 gigs. Although I believe you can install Windows 11 with 4 gigs and run it. If you don't game, I guess that would be enough. But 8 gigs should probably be the minimum nowadays. But yeah, and Chromebook's now getting 10 years of updates. It's historic, as I said. All right, so you mainly use Mac and Linux. Okay, all right. I don't have any Macs. I do run Linux, primarily the Chromebook and the Linux Mint Mate version. I'm just comfortable with those. So it's ironic that the so-called year of the Linux desktop was during the pandemic when Chromebooks outsold Macs very quietly. Who knew? over 10 years ago, 11 years ago, that an obscure little machine called a Chromebook would be the king of the Linux machines for the masses. Did not see it coming. Amazing. Do you prefer your Mac machine or your Linux machine? You're using Garuda Linux. No kidding. Made look like Mac OS on an old MacBook Pro. Okay. Of all the Linux choices, you picked Garuda. Okay. All right. Well, the best Linux is the one that works for you, right? So you like to customize. I don't really customize that much anymore. Yeah, once I have a Linux Mint installed and I move the task bar to the top, I install Cairo Dock. As far as customizations go, that is pretty much it. So you have been using Mint for years. Okay, yeah, I started using Mint back in 2008. 2 years after that, or 3 years after that, is when Zorin OS came around. Zorin OS, off and on. I settled with Ubuntu back in 2016 on 2 machines, but then they dumped Unity Desktop, and that was pretty much the end for me for Ubuntu. Never really went back. Kind of disappointing. What a horrible desktop environment GNOME is. It really is. And now the latest GNOME update breaks everything. It breaks all the extensions. I mean, come on. Well, as Uncle Schwarzenegger would say, it broke everything. Yes, Uncle Schwarzenegger, I know. Just kidding, he's not my uncle. I wish he was. All right. I'll stick around for a little bit longer. Anybody out there wants to say hello, please do. Yeah. Uncle Schwarzenegger. I actually saw a biography on Netflix of him growing up as a kid in Austria. I think he was just basically an unknown farmer, and he had a dream, and he pulled it off. Arnold, because he was bumping the weights because he needed more power. Ugh. Good for him. Anyway, check out a TV series on Netflix he stars in called Fubar. And now that the writer's strike is over, it should be back next season. Very funny show. Arnold still has the charisma, right? I think so. Oh man, I really don't want to cut grass, but I have to. If not, I gotta pay somebody $50 to do it. Or maybe more nowadays. I don't know how much people charge nowadays to do grass. Yes, he'll be back. I hope he'll be back. I think his show has been renewed. I don't have Netflix. My neighbors do. But as far as I know, he'll be back. It's October already. Christmas is just around the corner. Oh joy. You know, I was in Walmart not too long ago, and years later, they are still selling Chromebooks. They had two of them. Two Chromebook laptops in the back in the tech department. I'm sure those employees probably have no idea what a Chromebook is. I didn't really ask. I didn't want to embarrass anyone. But it's nice to have a choice. Who knew Chromebooks in a Walmart around here, where if you mention Linux or Chromebooks, the people's response will be, that's no joke. Yeah. You know you have arrived, Linux, when you have Chromebooks in Walmart for the masses. Now that's power. Ugh. Yes, Uncle Arnold, it is power. Anybody else watching? Come on, don't be shy. If not, I'm going to log off and cut my grass. Well, I guess I could use the exercise. Alright, temperature is up to 60. It's going to be sunny. Good cutting grass weather. Alright, so it looks like this will be it for this morning. Thank you, KO2610, for stopping by from Europe, I'm assuming. Watching from your, what do you have? Mac? No, Garuda Linux. Isn't that based off of Arch? I can't remember. It's always great to have someone from across the pond popping in to say hello. Always a pleasure. Missed any of you guys? If I missed any of you, which I have, usually do, maybe I'll catch you on the next one. Always a pleasure to do these morning streams as I having my morning coffee and doing my morning stretches to start my day. So enjoy whatever you use, including Windows 11. I've been enjoying mine. Very surprising. So that's it for this one. Maybe I'll catch you on the next one. Arrivederci, my dear friends.